I think we wrap it up. Did you still want to go to that other classroom and try a little bit of EVP, or do you think we head on to?
Oh, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Welcome to Terra Nova. I'm Mike Hickey, and this week we have a pile of spooky fun for you, including 2 more ghost hunts in my hometown of Grand Falls-Windsor. Now, one of those ghost hunts is at Hill Road Manor, which is now a bed and breakfast where we stayed the 2 nights we were in town this summer. I mostly know that place as the house with the haunted elevator. My whole life I've heard stories about this house and how the elevator supposedly moves on its own even though it's been disconnected. And when I was a kid, the family that lived there used to put off an incredible haunt attraction every Halloween with all kinds of lights and music and crazy stuff going on in their yard. That family was the Fowlers, and Mrs. Fowler was actually the principal of Notre Dame Academy, the school I went to from kindergarten to grade 7. And that's our other ghost hunt this week. When you're a kid, your school's sort of a spooky place regardless. But now the building's even spookier because it's been completely hollowed out inside, and we actually have reports from firefighters who had some pretty creepy stuff happen to them when they used the former school as a training facility. I'm here with Adam Cater, who I've known for quite some time, going back to
long time, yeah.
Pee Wee hockey, I
Yep.
think. And you've had some experiences in this building.
Yeah, we were using the basement of it mostly for training for a little while.
You picked up something on a thermal camera, is that correct?
Yeah, when we do searches, like in the basement, everything is blacked out. You got your fake smoke. Because you can't see anything, you train to use your thermal imaging camera to find people in a smoke-filled environment. We continued to keep going to this area where we seen a heat signature, I guess you call it, as a person. And we kept going over there, and finally the ones running the training stopped us, and they said, why do you keep going over there? There's nothing over there. And we said, oh yeah, look, we got, and looked in the camera, and you could see this heat signature, and they said there's nobody there, and they turned on the lights and there was nobody there.
So it would be an actual living person that would be there
Yes, yeah.
for the sake of this, and that's how this signature showed up.
That's what you look for, yeah.
What was kind of the reaction then? Was it a...
I don't know. We were very surprised. I'm pretty skeptical, but we were
Yeah.
very surprised, and I don't know what to say. I can't explain it.
Was there any other instances of anything else besides the thermal?
Yeah, I know there's other firefighters who might have seen some things, yes. Or say they have, anyway.
I am now behind what was Notre Dame Academy. When I was here as a kid, this was the elementary school playground. So this is where I would have played square ball from grades like definitely 6, 7, I think also 4, 5. I can't quite remember how it all went down. That part's not important. What is important is that I'm here with Alex McIntosh, who is a horror author, part of the Terra Nova book series. So you actually have a ghost story that comes back to this building.
Yes, I do.
You were a volunteer firefighter here in Grand Falls-Windsor for a while.
Yep.
What happened?
We had set up the trucks round the front of the building, so just over there. So we were taking the hoses off the truck, trying to extend the lines as long as we could. I was the first guy to go in, and upon stretching out the hose line, going in through the front door, going up the stairs, I turned right, and down the hallway, there was somebody standing there. There was this dark figure.
You're talking about the hallway, which would have been out above
It would have been
doorway?
this hallway, yeah. He was just stood there, kind of hovering around, not really doing much.
When you say hovering,
Yeah.
do you mean
Not
hovering,
much.
or just, okay? You just mean just there,
standing
just
there.
okay.
At that point of me focusing and realizing that what I was seeing was there was somebody standing there, we were called out to repeat the training. But then, of course, somebody else had to do the same exercise. So I thought, I got asked. So he came out of the building, and while we had regrouped to, go through a debriefing, I said, when you did the hose run just then, did you see anything? And he said, what, you mean Buddy standing there?
We are at the former school on St. Catherine Street in Grand Falls-Windsor.
What do you mean the former school? It's your former
It's
school,
my former
brother.
school. It is now literally a shell of its former self.
It is.
We're not the only studs in the building anymore. What we're gonna do is, because we think it's the best idea, split up.
Yeah, I've seen horror movies. It always works out.
So there's a couple different things we want to check out. We have reports of somebody seeing like shadow figures down that hallway. Buddha's gonna head down that way. The lower floor is where somebody picked up some stuff on a thermal imaging camera. I'm gonna head down there and maybe meet up in the music room.
Maybe, in that weird, spooky music room. Don't start, Mike. Don't start.
No, I think it was my own shadow. But I just saw something down there.
Shadow figures.
Trimmy's gonna go with you.
Yeah.
Wes and Scotty will come with me, and we'll see what we can find. And
All right. I love
hopefully I'll see you.
you. I love you. Don't die.
Worst case, like, chat to you over spirit box.
Yeah,
in a bit. All right.
yeah. You'll find me in the spirit box.
All right.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna go this way.
Don't die.
You too. This is actually the school where I spent kindergarten to grade 7. Through its nature, like, you go through some stuff in grade school, and it's kind of spooky, and it's a Catholic grade school, so there's like weird iconography and things that can easily stress you out. And so I've always kind of had a weird feeling about this building, but now that we've gotten a couple of reports, it feels especially kind of ominous and eerie. And so it feels like a really good idea to try to find some ghosts here on purpose. Now there's certainly some weird shadows showing up in the corner there. But as far as I can tell, it's nothing that you would confuse for a body. But it's like just a little drafty corner bit of a lower floor. This is also a room where, as the library, I did take out a number of books about monsters and spooky things and Halloween, because that's what you do with libraries. And actually, we stopped by the Harmsworth Public Library right here in Grand Falls-Windsor this afternoon and spoke to Nancy Barker, who's the regional librarian. And Nancy gave us some really good book recommendations in a little segment I like to call Right Spooky. We are in the Gordon Pinson Center for the Arts and Culture Center here in Grand Falls-Windsor, just outside the Harmsworth Public Library with regional librarian Nancy Barker. One of the things that I really wanted to feature on the show is books and book recommendations, because I know for me, my love of Halloween and horror, a lot of it started in this library. I specifically remember these Crestwood classic monster books that were about Dracula and the Wolfman, and I will get them all the time. So I thought that one of the great ways to celebrate the spooky season and everything we're gearing up for was to get some recommendations for reads to kind of get people in the mood for Halloween season.
Yeah, for sure. So I started off with a beautiful children's book. So this one's called There's a Ghost in This House, and it's by Oliver Jeffers. And this one really piqued my interest because it's got really a super cool concept where we're walking through the pages of the book and we're introduced to this girl who's never seen a ghost before, and she's guiding us through. So when we turn the page, you can see that there's a little ghostie hiding in the corner.
That's so great.
Giving a little spooky introduction to kids about ghosts. Nothing too spooky, just spooky enough.
I mean, that's the thing. It's the difference between spooky and scary. And so
Absolutely.
spooky's good.
Spooky
You
is
want
good.
spooky for the kids.
Yeah. Then we moved right on to young adult fiction.
Okay.
So young adult fiction is, of course, called young adult fiction, but plenty of our adult patrons really enjoy it. So this one is The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. This one has an outcast because he's the only black student in his private school. And the twist in this, of course, is that he actually sees ghosts. For the most part, the ghosts are benevolent and don't really bother him, except there has been a school shooting, and this ghost comes back, and he's looking for revenge, and he's coming after Jake.
Okay.
Then the next one is Harvest House, and this is written by an Indigenous author, Cynthia Littich-Smith. Halloween is near, a ghost inspired by a local legend, a creepy man who is stalking women and abducting them. So we have another chilling tale, also addressing contemporary Indigenous issues.
That ticks so many of the boxes. What do we have for the adult fiction?
Well, I went with Joe Nesbo, and I gotta be honest that the cover is what it is. Don't judge by a cover, but
If you're going to judge a book by a cover, judge this book by its cover?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we have like a 14-year-old whose parents die an untimely death. He's sent to live with aunt and uncle, and then some really creepy things start to happen. We're not sure if it's like happening in real life or is in his own mind, and we actually have a telephone booth where the receiver will draw you towards your death.
Very
Yeah.
cool. And you've got one more, and I think this one is kind of a just standard. You can't do this without recommending a Stephen
We're
King
not.
book.
It's Holly. So she is a recurring character throughout Stephen King's novels. So she has a whole series. So we have a disappearance, and then we have, not far from the disappearance, an elderly couple who seem quite kindly. They're semi-retired academics, but they harbor
Stephen King wrote a book about academics and writers, and oh my gosh.
but they harbor a horrible, dark mystery in their basement. So is it connected to the death? We're not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, I see the basement right
Yeah.
there. There
Yep,
we go.
so
There's
that's-
somebody down there. Those are great recommendations. I think that's going to be a lot of good reading. And if anybody is interested in any of those, all of these books should be available at pretty much all of the Newfoundland public libraries.
And
is that
if
right?
they're not available at your location, you can go online to our online catalog at nlpl.ca and order through there.
you know, the temperature's not doing much. We haven't had any spikes really with the old EMF machine yet, so I'm really hoping to get something. Even if it was an accidental one, just to give me a little scare. I think that would be fun. All right, we'll cross over here. I just wanted to avoid that whole section where the shadow goblin spirit lives. Oh, flip. It was my own shadow. But I... Why is that a noise?
What noise?
You didn't hear that?
Hear what?
Shut the hell up. You didn't hear that?
What did it sound like?
Sounds like footsteps.
Up here?
Yeah, it was in that room. Now, I swear to God, if either one of you tries to jump out at me, I'm gonna punch you right square in the face. It was like right here. Like clear as day. The temperature dropped. Definitely footsteps in here. And I thought I seen something down there earlier too, so.
I don't think it's your mind playing tricks on you.
No, dude, like I actually heard that clear as day. I thought it was one of the boys coming up trying to scare me. Like circling back. Yeah, like the boys' foot, you wouldn't hear the boys' feet down there.
So those footsteps Buddha's talking about, we don't hear them, but we do hear whatever that was. Knowing we were elsewhere in the building, I wanted to check out what we were up to at that time, so I put together a multi-view of it. This is at the exact same time, and while we're in the other end of the building, me and Buddha both turn at the same time and look back towards the sound. So yeah, I hate that.
Hello, ghosts? Yeah, the rest of the place I don't find as creepy, except for when I just heard those footsteps, and now I feel differently about it. But this place, there's a weirdness to it, and I don't like it. All right, let's skedaddle. This room's bumming me out.
In just a few weeks, you're gonna get a chance to see me talk to Shane a whole bunch, but I wanted to take a second and talk to him very quickly about Samuel the Damned, because they have a Kickstarter going right now, and it only has a week or so left, and so we wanted to quickly talk about that in this episode so that you guys have time to go support the Kickstarter. Tell us about Samuel the Damned.
Samuel the Damned is a short film that we plan on shooting in a weekend. The idea of making that short film is sort of getting back to Grandma's roots of just banging something out. We really missed the dopamine rush of just making something very quickly, and we've always been very fortunate to have the support of our community. So that Kickstarter is live, and if you'd like to support it, it's on all of our socials.
We have somehow made it back to each other.
Dude, I heard footsteps as clear as day.
Your footsteps were echoing like mad through here, so even though you were right there, it sounded like they were coming from down here.
Yeah, but I heard them upstairs, like in the room I just exited from.
Do you want us all go up there together? That way we can all be in the same room. We know who's moving and who's not, so if we hear anything, we know it's something.
Yeah. And it's where, it's like right next to where the shadow figure was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this would have been about where...
Alex told us that the figure that he saw, the shadow, he came up around and the tall, thin figure was basically right around here. And this is the wall that separates the kind of original structure to these classrooms and stuff on this side, the music room.
You can see
all
the
that
brick downstairs.
All that was an addition, but it was roughly here and around this hallway towards the music room.
Yeah.
That's where he kind of estimated it was.
So now the
If this is
footsteps I
roughly-
heard were
you heard was down this way?
Down this way, yeah. Just like, kind of want to look for some weird footprints or something, you know? But there ain't no footprints. Yo!
What?
This is not cool. Does that look like
That looks like almost like fingertips.
toe tips? And then we got fingerprints right here. I mean, maybe a stretch, but like, look at this. It's like toe prints. Like there's a heel. And then we got fingerprints over here. This is exactly where I heard the steps. But that's creepy. Why is the floor so sticky?
So far, everywhere we've tried to do a spirit box is in relatively like rural parts of Newfoundland.
Maybe it works other places.
It might work other places, and it still might work every now and then. There's still moments there.
Yeah.
There was a couple things there that really felt pointed in how
It did, yeah.
that felt really pointed in. Felt really pointed in how it kind of bit through at times.
Yeah. Anyway, wrap it up.
Did you still want to go to that other classroom and try a little bit of EVP, or do you think we head on to?
Oh, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
What is going on?
I don't know. Man. Oh, man. So I seen somebody looking out from that little... Ugh.
Looking out from
Look,
where?
look at my arms. Literally standing on end. Oh, it was in there. In this little hole.
Oh, up here in the window?
Yeah.
Dude, that window's 15 feet up.
Yeah, and I legit seen somebody's face.
Right here.
Yeah.
That's the window you're talking about.
No way.
That's the window that we were just...
Are you kidding me, dude?
That's the music room, and that's the window you were looking at, is way up there. So that's what I'm saying. There's no way.
Oh, no.
There's no way it was anything there.
Yeah, when you say that.
We are at the Legion on Black Marsh Road. It is Friday the 13th, and we are at Trash Panda's Fright Night event. And, oh, Buddha's here. That's always fun.
I also have a table set up here today. Hey, oh, it's working?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's the whole thing.
Anyway, I gotta go tend to my table.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna come in and tend to mine, but we're also gonna chat to some people and just check out the event in general. And it's gonna be a good time. Sasha and Leslie of Trash Panda Events. You guys did this last year, and I loved it. I'm so happy to be back. How does it feel to be at this new venue with this crowd and everything?
It has been off the wall. This is an amazing crowd.
Just seeing all the spooky lovers, the Halloween lovers. I loved how like welcoming the people were. 'Cause like, this is a kind of place where if you like horror, you will immediately find your people.
How are you finding the event so far?
We just found it online, and today's actually my mom's birthday. So we said, let's take Mom.
Happy birthday,
Heather.
Happy birthday, Heather.
I'm actually manning the mini golf game with the little Barbie heads, and you gotta feed Frankenstein with them.
Were you guys at the event last year?
No, I wasn't, but I'm very happy to have come here this year.
The lighting, the people, is there anything in particular that... Big talker, this guy.
Most of the vendors I'm actually familiar with. I've seen a lot of them before. I love all of the things that they make. They're amazing people, very friendly. Lots of really good craftsmanship going around on the floor out there.
Now that your spooky season's kicked off, what's next?
We are doing the Fog Fest sideshow.
This one's an amazing partnership because it is a whole full-on horror film festival. We love them. And that's the main thing about us that we'd like to make sure that we do is having an experience when people come out, whether that be games, performances, things like that, and to connect with them and put on such a creepy, amazing show.
That one's going to be so different from this one. This one's all about like the games and activities and whatnot. That one's all visual performances, and like we're hoping y'all go away with like no appetite and like nightmares for a week.
This is Hill Road Manor. I'm really excited. There's an urban legend of a ghost story here where there's an elevator in the place that is supposed to move on its own. For a long time, I heard they had like just taken the elevator out of the house, but the elevator's actually still here. They just have it kind of like so it can't be used.
And can we get into it?
You can't get into it, but we can like get into it. We can get into it, but we can't like get into it because it's an elevator that hasn't been used in a long time, and we are not small men. So this is where the elevator tops out.
Right.
So what we kind of know, the elevator goes from the basement to the main floor to up here. It doesn't go to the top floor. Right. What we can assume is it was put in for a sick family member. Chances are one of these two rooms is the room that person was in. Because it's kind of straight across, part of me feels like this is likely...
Yeah, because the door opens out this way too. Be
door
easy
opens
to
out
roll
that way.
right
It's gonna, if you're in a
directly.
wheelchair, if you're just hard, like even in with a cane, having trouble getting around at all,
Well,
this is gonna be the easiest.
I think we should go in that room, and we should get out the old spirit box.
If we're gonna do that, do we want to open the elevator door?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, what kind of question is that?
Since I was about 4 or 5 years old, I have heard that this house was haunted, and I heard that the haunting was all based around this elevator. And now, I'm about to open that elevator.
We're doing the worst
and then
thing
try
you can
to
do.
conduct a sort of seance thing.
What could go wrong, Mike? What could possibly go wrong? Not that you're opening a door by. Oh my God.
Okay,
Look.
that is just for draft, right?
I hope so. I hope it's not to soak up the blood. It's so yellow.
It's so yellow. It's the Elevette, and it should say patented in Canada in 1929.
Oh man, that's so far down.
All right. So
All right,
one
doors
thing.
open.
One thing I think I have to do though, just because it is this place.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Oh boy. We are sitting in the room upstairs at Hill Road Manor. We have the elevator door open and are sitting in the room directly across from it. If you are here and you come and touch this meter, it should make changes and fluctuations that let us know you're here.
Did you?
I just heard a door creak.
Yeah, I heard a creak, big time.
I just heard it again.
Okay, well, if you heard it out here, it was here,
Yeah,
in the middle of the hall.
yeah.
So
That's where I heard it.
in front of the friggin' elevator. All right, guys. Well, this concludes our
Yeah,
time
so
ghost hunting. We're actually gonna sleep in our vehicles right now.
I know, that's exactly what I
Sounded
heard.
like something stepped out. Like that is what I heard.
That's what I heard. Point it right at where Buddha's stepping, just so that we can get the sound that we're talking about on the boom.
Okay. What?
Everybody quiet? That's the sound I heard.
100%. That's what I heard.